I rest in God. You rest in God. It's lesson 109 from the Course in Miracles workbook. Almighty and ever living God, we ask for rest today and quietness unshaken by the world's appearances. We ask for peace and stillness in the midst of all the turmoil born of clashing dreams. We ask for safety and for happiness although we seem to look on danger and sorrow. And we have the thought that will answer our asking with what we request. I rest in God. This lesson, what a great prayer. I love that. I want to add that to my list of regular prayers. Uh, This thought, it says here, will bring to you the rest and quiet, peace and stillness, and the safety and the happiness you seek. I rest in God. This thought has the power to wake the sleeping truth in you whose vision sees beyond appearances to that same truth in everyone and everything there is. Here is the end of suffering for all the world and everyone who ever came and yet will come to linger for a while. Here is the thought in which the Son of God is born again to recognize himself. I rest in God. This lesson is just so good. Uh, I'm just going to keep reading it. Completely undismayed, this thought will carry you through storms and strife, past misery and pain, past loss and death, and onward to the certainty of God. There is no suffering it cannot heal. There is no problem it cannot solve, and no appearance but will turn to truth before the eyes of you who rest in God. Okay, so the world has all kinds of stuff going on. Um, I don't really know much about what's going on in the world because I'm not very engaged with it, though. Um, I had a couple of friends who were talking about some big get together. It was like apparently one of the biggest get togethers ever yesterday. I don't know what they were doing or what it was about, but whatever the world is doing, I can choose to rest in God. I've also heard that there's some fighting or something going on in some parts of the world. I don't know much about that, but whatever is apparently going on, I rest in God. And in my own life, there may be relationship or financial or bodily concerns or things coming up in appearances, my own neighborhood, my own town. But whatever is coming up, I rest in God, completely undismayed. This is a really good switch for me because I've been doing I surrender to God. I surrender this to God. I surrender this to thee, O Lord. Though I like this. It's a different for me it shifts very nicely. I just rest in God. So sometimes to switch it up so we get out of this autopilot and really get into the feeling, the essence of this. I rest in God, whatever's coming up today, whatever the appearances of the world, I rest in God. This is probably one of those lessons that could take you all the way if you were to really dive into it. So for this lesson, we're going to choose to rest in God and allow that. And when we choose that, there's going to be all the appearances of the world, these thoughts, these programs that will likely come up to disturb our rest. And to just continue to let them go and rest in Him, rest in God. Choose that again. So just letting go of any interference and returning to the rest in God. Mm. And like yesterday, we can offer this rest or invite into this rest anyone we would like, the rest in God available to all, and including all in our choice to do so, to be that, to have that, to give that, receive that right now. Rest in God. So let's just do some resting in God and letting go of anything that would disturb that rest. Can we really do that? Is that okay? Can I really let go of my financial concerns? Can I really let go and rest in God? Can I really let go of the problems that seem to be occurring with my husband or wife or kids or parents and rest in God? Can I really let go of what's going on with my body, this dis-ease, and rest in God? Now, please ask your higher power about what to do. Ask your intuition. Though I notice for me, when I'm not choosing to rest in God or surrender to God, there's a lot of fear and I'm unwilling to relinquish it. And to just allow that fear to come up and keep letting it go. So, could you rest in God today for just right now? Let's begin. Whatever's going on in the world, whatever seemed to be occurring, whatever things looked like, just for now, could you choose for yourself to rest in God? And you might say to yourself, I rest in God. And you might experience what it's like to rest in God. No thoughts required, just rest in God. And if anything would come up to disturb your rest, any worries about what's going to happen today, or memories about what happened yesterday, any concerns, anxieties, appearances of the world, could you let go just for now of those and rest in Him? Could you rest in God? Anything comes up, just letting it go and reminding yourself, I rest in God, choosing to rest in God, relaxing into, surrendering into rest in God. Could you let go of any disturbance to your rest just for right now? Just for right now. Whatever's coming up, whatever would disturb your rest, could you let it go and just remind yourself, I rest in God just for now. And just noticing what happens for you. Just watching what happens in your field when you choose this, when you make the choice to rest in God. This thought will bring you to the rest and quiet, peace and stillness, and the safety and happiness you seek. So simple. Love simple. Oh, whatever's going on, I rest in God. Whatever the appearances, I rest in God. Whatever madness the ego would have me get caught up in, I rest in God. I rest in God today. And could you tell yourself I rest in God. Could you choose just for now to rest in God? Could you be at rest in God in this moment? And anything that would disturb this rest, thought forms and programs of the ego, on those feeling frequencies of fear, wanting control, wanting approval, or whatever it is, could you just be at rest as you release, relinquish, let go of whatever would disturb your rest? I rest in God. I release the rest as I rest in God. And just anything that would shake you from that state of rest, of perfect stillness and peace and safety and happiness and quiet. Just releasing as you remind yourself, choose, I rest in God. Become at rest in God. And could you rest in God and release any temptation? Just letting it go. Such a simple lesson, and yet so powerful. And this rest in God, you may witness the body's activity in the world today and things going on in the world today. And to be at rest in God, even though the appearances are tumultuous, at rest, unshaken by the appearances and the events of the world. You are at rest in God, and whatever seems to be happening, you rest in Him. And that does not mean the body is not going to go about in the world today and do things. Just reminding yourself throughout the day, this day of peace, that you rest in God while the world is torn by winds of hate. Your rest remains undisturbed. And if you find yourself getting caught up, tempted to just allow yourself to rest and relinquish those feelings to God, resting in God, surrendering the appearances, the feelings, the programs that come up, have a great rest today for the rest of your day as you rest in Him, our Father, and experience what it's like to be fully awake as His Son as you rest in Him. Thank you so much for joining us, and have the best day you can.